How you doing, everybody? Hey, Bruce and John and Stefan and let's see, Mr. Gumby. Oh, Geezer. See what's okay. All very slowly. 2 weeks period, more testing, social distancing, and masks. First phase only small shops. Okay, you're talking about opening up again. Uh, hey, Riza, what prices become more affordable? Okay, we have more and more old folks care having the corona. Yeah, that's the problem we've got too. They, especially in nursing homes. I think most of the people who died in our town were all from uh, one home. Hi, Joseph Jr. Hello. Okay. Hi, Mark. GMT Master. Mark. Howdy. Hey, James and Dominic and Watch Habit. Okay. Couple things, a whole bunch of stuff has been going on. First of all, this was one of the things that was discovered. This is the Center Seconds version of the UDT 31.2. So this is in a way sort of the perfect one for us in the sense that it had what we wanted. The price of these things, I talked about this in the morning group and also put it up at High Horology Lounge. So if you've seen this already, you'll have something we can talk about. Here are the prices. Hi, Williams Watches and Crappy Luxury. How you doing? Okay. First of all, this is the first half, and which really counts. And here's the second half. Okay. Hi, Ilis. How you doing? The um, these are uh, sure. We all can. uh, Today or tomorrow, geezer. Either one. So your choice. Riza, where do you buy this movement from? It's from Lang and Hein. Riza. Anyone know why there's no live chat replay when you go back to the old videos, like this morning video? I think there is, but it takes a while for them to get up to speed, as far as I know. I'll check it afterwards and see what's going on. Yeah, Joe, you're right. It's about $4,100. Okay, GMT, have a kiddoke. Blake, hey Blake, how you doing? Um, okay, Geezer, where's Geezer? Geezer wants us to sing happy birthday for you. Well, how old are you, Geezer? Okay, mini moons. Hi, NS something. Okay. I'm wearing two sets of earphones, a stream in one ear, a conference call in the other. That's great. Let's see. Okie doke. Well, let's all wish Geezer a happy birthday tomorrow. He's going to be 40 tomorrow or so, más o menos. So we'll say, hey, Junior, how you doing? We got to get everyone here so we can all sing happy birthday to Geezer. Suddenly he disappeared. Where did he go, Geezer? Are you still around? Yeah, Mark. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, it's not made of gold, Mark. It has a gold, sort of a silver and gold finish to it. Oh, there you are. You were making a cuppa. All right. Well, we want to know how old you're going to be, Geezer. I told everybody 40 because that was my best guess. Are you going to be here tomorrow? Because tomorrow is your birthday, and we could sing happy birthday to you tomorrow. Hey, Rohit, how you doing? Hey, Rich buddy. Okay. Well, Geezer's working on his coffee. Hey, Rohit. Okay, doke. Well, we'll get back to you, Geezer, before we finish up here. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about this. Those are the prices that we looked at. Let me see if I can. Well, I can see them from here. I'll look at them over here. All right. We've got these all show 33.1, but I don't think there's any difference between 33.1 and 33.2. But for all intent and purposes, we're looking at about 3,800 euro or about $4,100. For it's somebody had said that. Well, no, I guess not. Uh, sort of for that amount. So let's talk about that. And again, we can. I went back to Vossure, asked them for a complete price list, and I don't think I got it back yet because I always get better responses when I ask in French or German. So okay. They're still not back to me yet, so I'll just wait. Okie doke. Okay, Markin, is it 4 times better than a Vossure? I don't know about that. I think it's better. It would be a true, let's see, be a true, really high up there movement. That I could say. But I don't know. I've got the Vossures are really excellent movements. The idea was to put together a watch that was really, way beyond, slapping an ETA or a Siegel movement into a into a movement of some sort and calling it a day. So this is sort of the kind of thing I wanted to kick around. I think, and we'll find out when I get around to sending me a price list. Um, at their site, they now say definitely it's a matter of having enough. You have to have X number of. Let me see. They got such a. They used to have a pretty good um, website, and now I can't find anything. Washer manufacturer, boom, there it is. Movements and complications. I don't know where it all went. Newsletter search. Here we go. Okay, this is it. They have another one of these. God knows who did their thing for them. But the one we had talked about was called Seed VMF 3002 slash HM&SC, which stands for hours, minutes, and central seconds. Now, if as soon as you click it, this is what we get. All right, and we weren't sure whether they still had that you had to get a certain number of them, but you do. And this is essentially what they have from 25 pieces in a Seed VMF 3002 was the one we wanted, version with personalization of the weight plate. Okay, so if we bought 25, we could have the weight plate personalized. I would rather have it with the logo of Vaucher. All right. The reason for that is that people who know good quality movements will know that's a Vaucher, and that's a good movement, rather than putting some silly name on there. And then could use it in a variety of different ways. I think if some people wanted to use it to get started with their own business, they could. The idea of putting somebody else's name on there, you could do it, but I don't see the point. So anyway, that's just that. They'll do some other stuff for you if you have more. Let me get what the second one said. And this is from 250 pieces of it, which is, you're getting into $250,000 on this thing. And it says from 250 pieces in its SVMF 3002 version with personalization of the bridges, shapes, and decorations and all the maps. Well, okay. The Vaucher 3002 has a micro rotor? I don't think so. No, it's got a big rotor on it. The ones with a micro rotor, I think they're in the 5000 series. Okay. Let me see where they start with a micro rotor. Yeah, 5401 has a micro rotor in it. And that's sort of the starting point from them. It's about 30 millimeters with a thickness of 2.6. That's for the 5401, which would be more expensive. Okay. All right. Mark, you've been looking at too many movement. The interesting thing about this, though, is that the 3002 with the center seconds and everything is actually thinner and smaller. It's the main dimensions. It's only 26.2 millimeters. So, you could go down to 38 and some things like that. It has a thickness of 3.7. Now the one for UWD, they have a width of 31.1 or 31.2, and their thickness is 4.5. So even with the rotor on this one, you get a thinner movement. So there's, but you get 4 hertz. The other one is 3 hertz. I don't know. I just it's the kind of thing. It is that thinking about getting these things. If we went in with it as a group, it might be more difficult because of this. If everything went to one country, like if they all went to Germany or they all went to the U.S. or Canada or somewhere, it's if you ship something from here to Canada or Canada here, it goes through the same rigmarole, or from Europe to here, to the U.S., or from the U.S. to Europe. So it's a kind of thing that, I'm saying, okay, well, we'll get, let's say we ended up somehow we could cut a deal. We got 10 of them. They gave us a break on 10. They let us buy 10. But then we had people from all over the place. We got people from like Asia, people from the U.S., Canada, South America, Europe, you know, the Mid East. This would be very difficult to do, because I don't know if what they'd want to do is say, okay, here's a bunch of them, we're going to ship them to you. So it's this is where, when you're looking at certain kinds of things, and this is why I like this one, but I don't like the price. Now, something funny happened today. Tippy, no. Okay. Joseph, consider also that it might take over a year to get a few of these UWD movements. I don't know if it will or not. I have no reason to believe it would take that long. The it's I think it was well above JLC quality, because of it. Here you have when you look at the other movements that Marco Lang developed. I mean, you've got these incredible movements, and here's one he developed. This one too. It's extremely expensive, and I mean for that. But that used to be like, I was told that they were under $2,000 or 2,000 euros, and then this somebody who has a business who used to buy them said they're doing this and that and so forth. I invited him to come. I don't know if he's here or not. Oh, I don't know. You got a whole bunch of different kinds of things here. Clyde, I'm not sure what you mean about IP issues. IP means something very different to me than it does that has nothing to do with uh, watches. It has to do with internet addresses. Okay, Tim, you're in. All right. What about? Yeah, let me see. Let me know the price. Tim, I just sent a whole thing over. If you scroll up, Tim, hang on. Let me let me give you. These are the prices for up to 5. Okay, but you can buy them in onesies. Okay. There you go, Tim. They're about $4,000 a piece. That's a good way to look at it. All right. Yeah, there are a lot of different options. The in-house, Joe, I know about the Haraj. I've seen the thing. Now, if you look at the Haraj, it looks a lot like the thing that Opium's using. And it's a different level of quality we're talking about here. Where Clyde, Clyde, where would you go? Potential IP issues. I'm not sure still don't know what that is. Tippy, you guys, listen, you can get Joseph, don't let me dissuade you. Joseph and Tippy, if you want to go and get the Haraj K1, go ahead. Go ahead and contact them. You can probably get a much better deal on them than you can what we're talking about. Okay. All right, it's 2,000 euros. It's no, we're talking more like almost 3,000 euros. Okay, let's see. Um, what did Eddie? Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Um, so anyway, in considering this, like 25 people would have to spring for the washer, and that's a problem, I think, because we've got, like I said, we got people all over the world now. If we could all have everybody who lives in France all get one, and they could deliver it to the guy in France, and they could send them out without a problem. But that's not the issues that we're dealing with. Hey, Truth Fears, how you doing, man? Uh, Okie doke. I think we don't have any choice but to wait for Vashur. Yeah, John, but uh, pretty much it's they pretty much say, okay, we're only going to do it if you buy 25. If I contacted them, I say, okay, well, could we do it with 10? And then it turns out that we don't have 10 people who say, well, I think my mind, I'd rather do this. So how would servicing this movement work in the future? Okay, Howdy from Texas. That's a good question. If you look at the movement, it's clean as a whistle, and it doesn't look too difficult in terms of simple. What I think the issue of getting parts for it may become problematic, and to me, I've got another watch that, if something happens to Langenheim, I don't know where I'm going to get the parts for this or where I get it, for a watchmaker. But it's one of those things. If this watch means enough to me that I don't care. If it breaks, I'll have a really nice broken watch. Put it that way. If you want to watch your buy from, oh yeah, Tim. That is something I've already looked into, okay? And that may be a possibility. That may be a very real possibility that it might help out Ben too if we did that. Because then Ben could say he could have a smaller order for himself. Like let's say that Ben said, he's got to have 25, and he figures he only really needs 15, and so that would be 10 that he needs someone else to buy, and that would be certainly be an alternative for us. I got a feeling though is that there's I don't know, the to have a movement like the UWD, and especially the 31.2, this would be, man, I tell you, that I'd really like to do. And, any of us can do this on our own because unless you're starting a business, then that becomes a whole other issue. Reza, how about taking account how many people are interested to buy a Vashur? Okay, I'm interested, but the thing is that um okay, um I'm interested, but there's okay, well, a bunch of people said yes, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, uh 9. Okay, so you got 10, counting Rob. All right, no, so we got 10 people who would be interested in doing it. Hey, Brendan, how you doing? Mark, Blake, Williams watches, Sean. We got a lot of people who'd be interested in doing that. Well, so let's take a look at the options we have. If we wanted a certain one, let's say, for example, I'd like to take one for free. Eddie, in the corner with you. My depression watch. A depression, yeah, that may be it. Um, okay, so let's use. Okay, so I guess maybe let me see. We are talking about the Vaucheur, not the UWD. That's correct. Um, Mark in by Eddie. Oh man. Um, well, I tell you what. What if Ben is not interested in a three-hand center second? That'd be something else. Are you assembling all watches? If you assemble 25, we'll give you one. I wouldn't. I wouldn't give Eddie one. Yeah, poor Eddie. Yeah, that was. How long am I in the corner? Until it's Mark's turn. How's that? Okay, how much is the Vaucheur again? I'm multitasking right now. BH. Yeah, I'm waiting for the price list right as we talk. Um, so that's where I am with that. Automatic or hand wound? They're automatic, Blake. That was to me. That's a downside thing, but most people uh, like it. Hang on a second. Rats. Um, I have a picture of it. I'll make another one, and we can talk more about it. I hope, I sent it to him pretty early today, so I'm hoping to have it tomorrow. You other guys could do the same thing because they think like, I wonder what Bill's up to. They think they have a meeting to find out whether I'm doing something devious or not before they send out, and they're right to do so, I might add. Okay. Um, yeah, Tim, I think that's about it. But see, there's a lot of variation. Um, yeah, all washers right now, as far as I know, are automatic. I don't know if they have any plans to have a hand made one. The 3000. Let me talk about the good things about the 3002. Okay. By the way, too, look it up. All right. And by that, I mean, go to the Vaucheur place, go through their dizzy non-navigation system they have, and then they'll have all of these dark outlines, and then find the one with three hands, center seconds, and it's called 3002 HMSCs, Second Central, something like that. Okay. What is the logo on the rotor? Good question. That's the one I think we ought to leave on the rotor. I don't want to put, if we go with them, I'd rather have their logo simply because it's distinctive. Um, if you go to their site, I don't know what I did with. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I have one here. No. This is the Rolf Lang one, which I just love. Okay. I don't know. I'll have one ready for tomorrow morning. Okay, we can look at it, and then we can look at it tomorrow afternoon. John Player's picture, is that it? A goat. Bruce, you guys. All right, fine. We'll get a goat. Put a goat on it. We'll get the a Dodge Ram, and we'll use their logo. How's that sound? Okay, you like Rolf Lang the best. Mark, yeah, I like it too. I mean, for high quality movement, this would be really beautiful to have. But the the thing about the one that Marco Lang made is that it's a much better size. I don't know what they really went nuts on the price. So they went from way low, and I'm not sure what they're going to do. One of the things this one guy told me, who used to do business with Lang and Heim, and this is no reflection on the quality of their watches, which are excellent, but it's sort of like, what are they doing business wise? This was the big reason that they decided that they could run the business better without Marco, which doesn't seem to be coming true unless there's something I don't know about. But they decided for some reason to sell out the remaining UWD. Now this is what one guy told me. I don't know if he's right or not. And they did it and they raised the prices, which is sort of the opposite of the logic that you'd have on trying to empty the warehouse of movements and get out of the movement supply business. But instead, they jacked it up. But I guess they figured, okay, well, if anybody can buy it and people are interested in buying it in onesies and twosies, they could make a lot of money, which I think would be right. I don't know. Uh-oh, you lost your feed? Okay, truth fears, everybody. Are we? Let me see. I don't know, Mark. I have no idea what it is. We can speculate all we want. Marco has been nothing but a class act about this. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I don't care whether anybody wants to do it or not. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to write Marco Lang and ask him, is there a movement that would be, with a center second that would work in a 40 millimeter watch that maybe you are, because I know he's hanging out with Stefan Kadoki. Both of them live in Dresden. So I might try that. I don't think Rolf Lang has got this other project, but I don't know where it's going to go because of the disaster we ran into. He did say that he could produce 5 watches for us if we wanted, and it'd be $5,000 a piece. I know some people would like to do that, and I'm thinking, well, but then you'd end up with a big case that would be too big for a lot of the people who are interested in doing this. So I don't know. How's the RLD? Yeah. Do you want me to reach out to Tim about reviewing the RLD? Yeah, I asked you to go ahead and do it, Eddie, and see if he's interested in doing it. So that would be great if you could. I don't know Mark. I mean, I know his stuff, and he does a really good job. I don't think that Goldberg and what's it called, Watchbox or something like that. I don't think they could have a better guy than Tim to do it, because man, I tell you, when he describes a watch, it's like somebody describing a German chocolate cake. It just like sounds delicious. They're really good. Can you make it smaller? That's a good question. I was wondering the same thing. Mark, are you talking about Rolf Lang? No, I know. Yeah, Mark, that's the thing. If we could, let me. Now, there's so many options. Like, yeah, something 5K. How big? I think it would be using either the Canaletto Black or some other Canaletto. Rolf is such a good guy that he would do a lot for us. I mean, our passing this watch around the U.S., people really got to know about it. And, it's like, I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't altruistic. I thought, boy, it'd be fun to have a really, a $20,000 watch that we could have at least for a month. So I'm looking at that angle. At the same time, though, people got, they also had some good, bad, and so forth about the watch. But something about it that was, I just love wearing the thing. But I only had it for a month too. I didn't get it. I didn't get it any more than anybody else. A complete watch for 5K. That's what I got to find out about NS something. You know, I, I don't know whether he was talking about just the movement or the watch or what he was talking about. If it's a whole kit and caboodle, that would be unbelievable. So I'll make you guys. I'll whip out 5 watches for you. Um, but that would be, man, that would be hard because if it was a whole watch, man, that would not be hard to get 5 people. But the hard part would be like a whole bunch of people wanted the thing and only had 5. I don't know what's but still, it's handling $25,000, and that's a lot of money for anybody to handle. Mark, you can't you, you can't say, look, make it at 32 millimeter. You've got the whole gear train, the whole thing all set up. And so to say, oh, well, make one for us for 33 or 32 or something like that, because we like it better. How long do you think that's going to take? I mean, when you talk to people, you go to some place like Breitling, think they have one movement they made in umpteen years lately. They say, well, it costs us $1.5 million to have a new movement. Say, oh, well, just sort of shrink it down and we'll use it. Okay. Yeah, I know. Hey, Hans. Yeah, we're all safe now. Okay. It's worth asking. Okay. You ask him, Mark. It may just be, getting into another, sidetrack. Rolf was such a good guy. He would do anything, just about. But it's sort of like throwing dirt in the gears and asking, "Oh, does it still work now?" With just the movement, it's like the UWD. I'd probably just prefer ordering a Kadoki one. Yeah, this is the other options we have. Would he have to redesign the whole movement? I'm good with the current size. Well, you have the post where they are for the gears, for the gear train. Okay. Jesus. There's some dead horses you quit beating, Mark. Okay. Hey, Finn Lewis, 44 is a nice size. Yeah, for some people it's great. For others, it's not. And this is why we're sort of looking at for 40 millimeters. This one would be ideal, $4,000. So, I don't know. These things are very difficult to deal with, to sort of figure out. You're going to explain why VMF 3002 is not that worse than 5400. I was. it was the 5400 is. I really like the 5400, but I'm thinking it'd probably be a lot more expensive. I don't know, man. See, it's the good thing about this is that it's not easy. Some people say, "Oh, well, it should be really easy to do." It's not, and so we're going through all of these permutations and combinations, and to get something, and the so many things have to sort of fit together. This is why, the guys at Opium really had their ducks in a row, when they went into it. But see, they're connected up somehow with that I keep forgetting the name of that Spanish company. I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Just Mark, you have some great ideas. There's just but certain horses die. Let them alone. Okay. The other ones are okay. And quit crying, both of you. You and Eddie, cut it out. All right. Hey, Blake, Moser movement. Yeah, I haven't heard back from who's it? Edouard Melon. So I'll try him again. Okay, guys. Well, listen, we're sort of over time right now. I don't know, what's going to happen next. I hope to hear from Washer by tomorrow on what the cost would be in the 3000. If somebody is in the 3002, the 3002 has a big rotor. The 54, 52, whatever it is, with I don't think they have a 3-hand one. I think it's 2 hands. Or you get into small seconds or something weird like that on that one. Okay, now tomorrow is Geezer's birthday, so everyone show up. We're gonna sing happy birthday to Geezer tomorrow. Okay. All right, you guys take care. Stay safe.